I'm Peggy Robinson, your host, your realtor and designer. And I'm here with my sister because you know we still talking about Black History Month. And today, Jennifer, we was going to talk about our mother. I was just waiting for that to be the last thing we talk about because, you know, as y'all know, this is my sister and you can go ahead and tell them a little bit more about yourself, about your business and what you do. And then we'll go into Black History Month.
Okay, well, great. Well, how y'all doing today out in the public world? And Peggy, it's a pleasure again to be here with you.
Okay.
I just be looking forward to spend this time with you.
And quality time.
Get a chance, yes, get a chance to just interact with each other and let the world know. I'm Jennifer with Jay's Realty, Jay's Mortgage, and Jay's Home Decor. And I've been in business for over 22 years now and been servicing the community very well. So I enjoy what I do, and I'm just really excited that Peg is on board with me now on the real estate side. Yay! And we'll continue.
I'm happy to be there too.
Yes, and we continue the legacy of our mother Hazel with Hazel's Custom Drapes, doing those custom drapes, blinds, and shutters, and whatever you need for your home. So just looking forward to continue to grow, decorate them.
But Jennifer, again, I know you're going to be on my show at least once a month.
Yes.
So y'all will be seeing my sister once a month. And I'm just so happy that we are working together because it took me, I was going to get my license over 20-some years ago. I flunked that test about 3 points and I never did it again. I just went on and started working with our mom and learning the business, but with my maid service too, because, you know, I had the maid service and most of y'all didn't know it was called Peggy Services. So my maid service was how I actually took care of my 3 kids by myself. And then I was in a bad car accident, and then I was on my deathbed, and then I said I wasn't gonna die. I'm telling you, I said I ain't finna die. I got 3 kids to take care of, and so I decided on my deathbed, God let me know that hey, I need to be thinking about my mom's business. And when my mom and Jennifer came down to, they night flighted me to Tyler, Texas, right?
Yes.
Came down to Tyler, Texas. Jennifer, tell them what you told them. You said what you said. What you told them?
I told my mom, we have to get down there to help save Peggy because she needs family. She's not going to make it if we don't get down there. And I told my boss, I had a boss at that time, and I was not functioning well. And she was like, what's wrong? I said, my sister needs me. Her spirit is calling. We need to get to my sister. And so I went to my mom, and she was working on her job. She was an entrepreneur, of course. And I said, we need to get to Peggy because she needs her family to pull her through. And so we made it, and I seen death move from her face.
Because
she started turning around for the good. I'm so grateful.
Oh yeah, because I didn't even see myself because, you know, I had head trauma, and I was driving to Dallas, pulling a car with my daughter and my son, and my little great niece was Tina. Denise was with me, and so I was driving, and a big 18-wheeler came, and it flew by me, and the car started fishnetting, guys, and I didn't know what to do. And my daughter came out of her seat, trying to control my steering wheel, trying to help. And the mother not thinking, I let go of the steering wheel and put her in her seat, and the car started flipping, turning over. Went all the way from going toward Dallas, across that little greenery thing. They used to didn't have no barrier there. Across that little greenery thing, and we went back toward Houston, across to where we stopped on the other side with the other car never stopping. And so my head went through the windshield. And people would ask me about my hand because the hand looked like it's burned, but my hand went through and was crushed. And they told me I wasn't going to be able to use the hand until my hand going to be like I said. Well, my hand ain't going to be like that. I need this hand, Lord. I started doing. But I would go get the treatments because it took me. I couldn't use the hand for a year. You remember, I had to go get therapy, and they were so shocked with as I healed. They just think it wasn't going to be straight, and I got all the use of the hand. I had the head trauma. But when I finally left the emergency room, left intensive care because I told them I got to go. I can't stay here. I got 3 children in Houston. They had me signing all kind of papers like, hey, if you die. I said, I ain't gonna die because I had already talked to God. I said, God, you gave somebody
That's right.
15 years. I need to raise my children. So it's been Jennifer now, I can say, and I appreciate y'all prayers. I appreciate you coming because now not only God allow me to raise my kids, Now my oldest granddaughter is going to be 20 next month. So that's how good God has been to me, and I appreciate my family for caring that much about me. But Jennifer, let's go on into our mother, because we had an amazing mother.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about how we was raised, how you felt when you was growing up, and how you could talk about for Black History Month. What has motivated you to continue the legacy of Hazel's Custom Drapes, our mom, and how good she was to you, as you know, because we all are different. So you just tell me how that was for you.
Okay, well, this is an honor.
Yeah.
This is an honor. I never knew I would have the opportunity to speak on television about my mom, but you're speaking about a very amazing woman, a woman that I can never meet her accomplishments. I feel as though I can never meet her accomplishments, but I strive for it. And so that's the part that's so heart-filling for me, is that I had someone that was such a strong woman and role that the Lord put into our life. You know, He chose her to be in our life, and He chose us to be in her life. And she was so strong. She had seven of us.
Yeah, 7 of us.
And one passed away at a very young age.
She passed away at, she was carrying me. So she passed away at 2 years old?
Yes, she was 2.
2 years
Cynthia.
old. Her name was Cynthia, yeah.
Yes, and so my mom told me that that's one of the hardest deaths that you can actually have, and that's her feelings, because she lost a child. And usually you get the chance to outlive your children, but a lot of people don't. But for her, that was one of the hardest things that she ever lived through. But she lived through it. And she said, even after the divorce of her and my father, that if she's gonna take care of us and raise her, even if it kill her. She was never gonna give up on us. She was never gonna give us away. She was never gonna turn her back. She was never gonna whatever we did in life that wasn't perfect, and she stood by us. She stood by each and every one of her children. She had love for each and every one of us in her own special way. I felt my special love for my mom. I was like, oh, I'm very spoiled, because my mom, she put extra banana in my bag. I don't think she put an extra banana in their bag for lunch. So, you know, those little things just, you know, it's so amazing. But to be able to raise 6 children and not having to work for anyone. The story that I was told, that she had a job for 2 weeks. And they gave her a whole celebration, because Hazel really worked for someone for 2 whole weeks. And then that was it. But she was able to raise us and work and be at home for us when we get home from school. Our mama was right there for us, and she was there to protect us, and she provided for us. She had a talent that was given to her from nobody but God. It was His grace is so past sufficient. And so He blessed her hands to where she made those custom drapes and everything. And so it's no way that I couldn't have been inspired by her. Because she took nothing and she made something, and she raised us. And we all, my sisters and my brothers, are very independent, very caring, very loving. We have much love and respect for the Lord, and we care for each other, and we care for people. So it doesn't matter for me, by the way I've been raised, that if you are an attorney or doctor or whatever your profession is, it's the person that you are. And so we strive to make sure that our children are good people, caring people, you know, devoted in loving the Lord, and that's our foundation. Our foundation came from our mom, it came from our grandparents. And when my mom was working very, very hard, and she had to make sure she put some food on the table, and she did go to church. She did go to church too a lot, but when she couldn't go to church, she made sure we got to church, and our big mama made sure that we got to church, and we had to walk across that track to get to that church. But we was going to church, and I know that church made a difference in our lives. When there's nothing else to hold on, you always have something to hold on. We hold on to the Lord. And if you could say that, you know, the Proverb 38 woman, that's what I could say my mom was. You know, she, like I said, when I could test about what I know of her for my Black History moment,
you guys, that was my love, my heart. I lived, even as a little girl, I used to write her letters, love letters all the time. And was told before, I was at work at one time, somebody said, you love your mom like that? I was always writing. I wanted her to know how much I loved her and cared for her. Because like Jennifer said, we all was treated while we knew she loved us. She didn't always say, I love you. But when she gave me that whipping, I knew she loved me. Because I was always, I was getting, she said, don't go do something, I needed that whipping. So I would take my whipping and just go on and do what she told me not to do. She whipped me right back in line. Because Hazel was something else, she could just come outside. We call our mom Hazel, okay? And everybody on the street called my mom Hazel because actually she bought a house. She bought the house for my grandparents when I was 10. So that means you was 8. And my grandparents sold her that house and everybody knew my mom. So she was a single woman on that street and she built that business while designers brought the fabric to the house. Remember, she built that house in the back, that room in the back. So she had a room in the back. So when we came home from school, every time we came home from school, our mama was at home. So she had already probably had them beans on in the crock pot or whatever, had those on. She already told Vernice, was she cooking the chicken? She told me I'm going in there and cut some things. She told you what you had to do. No, well, she kind of let you slide a lot because Jennifer, no, you was making straight A's. She already knew you was going to go to college with Peggy. She knew Peggy had to get a job. So she was like making sure. She made sure I had those work ethics together, right? Just so she had those work ethics together, right? Because we had to make sure. But what's so exciting, what we both got a chance to experience is when she was done Black History Month on Channel 8.
Yes.
You remember they had Black History Month and my mom, they told all about, because it was hard as a black woman, single black woman in this industry. In this design industry that I appreciate, and I could say that Martin Luther King and we have revived because if it wasn't for the white companies that allowed her to get those contracts and that we can take, even though you're doing Jay's Home Decor and I'm doing Peggy's Services and Hazel's Custom Drapes, we still is doing what my mom wanted us to do. She said she wanted her kids to always be able to create and have our own way of making a living.
Yes.
And we got a chance to see that. And so now we're going to go into a commercial and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about my mom and a little bit about Jay's Realty, Jay's Mortgage, and Jay's Home Decor. I'm Peggy, your realtor, designer, and I'm glad you're back with me with my sister. So we're going to jump back in here about my mom because y'all need to know why we do this business. We try to continue to do the business to honor our mother. We have integrity with it. And we have how many is this? 3 brothers. We have 3 brothers that's left because me and Jennifer are the only 2. Our sister, that was Vernice, she passed away
45.
At 45 years old, and she actually worked with our mom all the way through into the time for her passing. She was the one doing the sewing. My mom taught her that. She always worked with her. Then my brother Rodney, he worked with her up until she passed away. She wasn't sick. She was actually with you. You want to tell a little bit about that? She was actually with you when she actually had you can tell us about it.
Yeah, so amazing. So the Lord, He's amazing. So I speak Him because that's what's in me. But my mom happened to call me because the Lord told me about this house that was going to be for me and my husband, Ronald. And I said, that's too much. But that's what he wanted. So my mom, I was on my way there. And my mom said, well, I want to see the house. And I said, okay, well, I just love you too much because it's going to be closed by the time we come back, but I'm coming to get you. So I turned around and went pick my mom up, and we came, and she got a chance to view the home, and then the model home, and then she was like, I don't know how I'm going to get back down the stairs. She had a little cold. And I said, well, I just need to get you back home so you can get in the bed, get some rest. So we walking down the stairs, and by the time she got to the center, she said, something is not right. This is not good. And she held her head. So that's when the aneurysm burst in her head.
Yeah,
we didn't know that. And then she said, oh, this is not good. And she grabbed the other side of the head, and another aneurysm had dropped.
Oh, Lord.
So we was right at the sidewalk, and I was trying to walk her inside of the model home where all the people was there. And I said, well, let me just get you in. And so as soon as she stepped in, she started falling. So the Lord in His grace, I just went underneath her. And so He allowed me to catch her in my lap. And I just told her, you're going to be fine. Everything's fine. So everything just started going, and her blood pressure went up. And I was like, call my sister, call my brother. So I just told my niece, well, my grandchildren's mother was with me. So I told them, just call my sisters and my brothers. And we was in the middle of new development, so no one knew what it really was. But I'm telling you, my brothers showed up so quickly. Yeah, in that Corvette that he was driving at that time. And my sister was coming from Dallas, and so she didn't get to make it there. But the ambulance people came, and they said, we got to get out right now. I said, well, she's still with me. I can just go with her. And she said, no. And so they took my mom at that time and took her on to the hospital. And I said, just follow her. Everybody follow her. My sons came, and they all followed her. And then the Lord took my sight. I could not see. I had went blind, and I never told this out loud. Wow. But I wasn't able to see. I think it was just so much that left me.
Yeah, so much going on.
Yeah, it was so much. It was very hard. And so with the Lord's grace, that's why I know he's real. I was able to get in my car because I said, I have to get to my mom. And so I was able to get in that car and felt my way all the way home. And I didn't know. I just really couldn't see.
You knew that God took you.
He carried me home to my husband, who then took me to the hospital. And because of her strength, she was able to stay with us 5 more days.
I think, because she never opened her eyes again. We never got a chance to see my mom. She was only 67, and I had just hung a job with her the day before. Beautiful job, and then I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And I said to God, I said, it hurted me so much because that was my best friend. I was single, my mom was single. So that was my best friend. So I really lost a lot. We all lost because Hazel was just this wonderful, beautiful woman. If y'all had ever got to know. And then for her funeral, it was so many people there because she had said, Peggy, I don't have any friends. If I die, I ain't going to have no friends going to be there. And I had said at the funeral, I said, if you could be here, Mom, if you could just see all the flowers. It was people standing out against the wall. People, because Hazel had touched so many lives. But Jennifer, since this is our last few minutes, I want you to look in the camera and tell everybody how to get in touch with you, tell them how they can get their loans with you and everything, okay?
Well, Jay's Realty Mortgage and Home Decor is all located in the same building. And it's at 2743 Smith Ranch Road, Pearland, Texas, 77584. My main business line number is 281-489-5653. Website is jayshomedecor.net and jayshomesolutions.llc.com. We'll love to work with you guys.
Yeah, and I'm so happy to work with my sister now. Like I said, right now, Jennifer, we don't have that much time before I had to go into the final commercial break, and we're going to leave out. But could you tell them that you are looking for loan officers and realtors, and you're located in Pearland, right?
Yes. Now's the time.
Right.
That if anyone's out looking for a brokerage, someone who cares, someone who will be willing to train as a broker.
Over 20-some years, God. She know her stuff.
Yes.
In both businesses, right? Over 20+ years, right?
And I just really want to give back. And that's my way of giving back as I get older. I want to be that broker that's not invisible. I want to be that broker that can really give you the knowledge and the training that you need to be able to accelerate yourself to success.
Well, thank you, my sister, for being here for our final week of Black History, guys. And I want to thank everybody that came on for the Black History Month, and all of y'all that, hey, I already gave my tithes toward this television show. I told anybody that want to come on for this month, you can come on for free. No more freebie, guys, okay? That was my tithes to God because I have 12 months to get this together, and y'all know I'm getting it together, y'all. I'm starting loving this camera. I'm loving it. So, guys, I want y'all to come on this show, come do y'all marketing, okay? Like I said, text me at 832-720-2843. Do not call me. Text me if you would like to get a package to be able to come on the show and be on other shows to do your commercial and everything. And I thank y'all very much for watching Peggy's Talk. See you later.
Bye.